To my surprise, I went back in time to my 15-year-old self. It's like I woke up from a dream.
We ate things that I probably don't want to tell people, especially Americans, because you'd be like, those cute things, you know, in my backyard.
Mama Africa, your children are home.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Familia Pablanu. I am the one and only Anu. Familia Pablanu. Today we will be talking about the hot topics, Q&As, all the hot topic questions that you guys have asked us. We have compiled them and we're going to be answering them. So let's dive in. So we're in the hottest season, the hottest time of the year in Nigeria. So I'm sweating like crazy right now. So bear with me, it's going to be a lot of sweating.
So we don't live in Lagos, and we've never lived in Lagos, and we don't really have plans to live in Lagos. It's not that we have anything like against Lagos, it's just we're not city people at all.
We only stayed in Lagos for just 1 day when we arrived in Nigeria. So we are not in Lagos, so we wouldn't know. Lagos people are doing their own thing in Lagos.
Anu's ancestral hometown, it suits us just fine. And as for how this town is treating us, I would say we're slowly building community around us. People, pretty much everyone in town knows us. They also know us on TikTok, so that's a little weird sometimes. You know, we go out and the kids are, you know, people know the kids' names especially. They're like, hey! And they're like, why? So it's kind of funny. But yeah, we're getting to know more and more people, and the community around us, they're quite protective of us in a lot of ways, which is awesome. So we're kind of slowly becoming that, I don't know if you would say mascot, but they're protective of us and they're really kind. And yeah, it's really good here. And there's many opportunities because this is her ancestral hometown. There's just so many connections with family and stuff like that that are really fantastic. So we have a lot of different opportunities for all sorts of things in our kids too. So yeah. Treating us very well. Not Lagos, but here. So we like it here.
So after returning back to Nigeria, after being gone for 20 plus years, I wouldn't lie, I wasn't expecting the culture shock. And one of the things I experienced was a reverse culture shock. So the things I grew up knowing, the music, the friends, the slangs, everything, food, culture-wise has evolved, everything has changed, even relatives, everyone has changed, they're older. What I didn't expect is that my brain and my being was stuck, frozen still in time, in that time period that I left. So when I came back, my brain started from that. I started from my 15-year-old self. To my surprise, they were like, hey, we don't say that thing anymore. This is not the music that's raining anymore. This is not the dance move that's raining anymore. I'm like, oh my gosh. So the world, Nigeria moved on while I was gone. And that, I don't know, nothing prepared me for that kind of shock when I stepped back into Nigeria. I'm like, oh yes, let's do this. And I mean, I speak the language. I speak Yoruba, but as soon as I'm like, that's even the Yoruba that I speak, then they're like, oh, you sound like you've been gone for a while. And I'm like, oh my gosh, wow, things have changed while I was gone. I should have known. What was I thinking, that things would stay exactly the same way? To my surprise, I went back in time to my 15-year-old self. Like I transformed back. All the memories I had was from my 15-year-old self. I didn't do adulthood in Nigeria, you know. So everything I had, all the experiences. So people are now approaching me, oh, so how do you do this? And my mind was like, oh crap, I was only 15 years old. I didn't drive in Nigeria. Oh my gosh, I was only 15 years old. I didn't do this, I didn't do that. And I'm like, I mean, it's like I woke up from a dream. It's becoming more of a reality now. I'm adjusting to my real age, and I'm now doing adulthood in Nigeria, and actually, and also learning alongside my children and Pablo as well. So
the biggest culture shock for me, being in this region of Nigeria, I can't speak for other regions, is bushmeat. Now, I'm no stranger to bushmeat. Anu didn't necessarily introduce the concept. I already knew about it because I was from the south, so there's lots of bushmeat. People eat okere, they eat squirrels, they eat rabbits, they eat all kinds of things like that. And so I was already familiar with that, different wild birds, stuff like that. But, and when we got together, she was very much like bushmeat. So we ended up This was before we stopped eating animal products, so we ate pretty much every wild animal in our backyard. And yeah, all the way to like turtle and stuff like snapping turtles. So there's a lot of things that we ate. We ate things that I probably don't want to tell people, especially Americans, because you'd be like, those cute things, you know, in my backyard. So anyways, the point is we're no strangers to bushmeat, but it's on a whole nother level here.
Arriving here and hearing people telling me about first of all, I see that a lot of people have skin bleaching here in Nigeria, which Nigeria raised me. So I grew up here thinking that my skin tone is inferior. So now coming back to this same Nigeria where they have colorism, bringing my kids and everyone start calling them Oyinbo, and then thinking people saying things like, your children, oh wow, they look so much better than you, or something like that. They say a lot of ignorant things out of mouth unknowingly, so a lot of things I will just have to stop them in their tracks and say, hey, look at you, you're stalking. Aren't you beautiful the way you are? But you don't know that because you've bleached your skin off. So anyways, so it's a lot of just gentle educating the people that, hey, your skin is beautiful the way it is, and that I didn't prepare for coming. If I had prepared for it, I would have known how to prepare my children for it. Hey, these people are gonna say these things, they're gonna say ignorant things out of mouth. But I was dropped into a cold turkey, and it took a while to actually recover and just gain my ground. But it did mess with me, with my self-confidence. Like everywhere I go, everywhere I turn, left, right, front, center, people are saying all these awful things about my skin tone compared with my children's skin tone. Anyways, it affected me. I did a whole video about that, so you can go and watch it. So that was one of my biggest shock coming to Nigeria.
So like, okay, I understand like for example, if people are gonna eat meat, I really do, and bushmeat, I really do support what a lot of Nigerians are doing, which is like sustainably raised grass cutters and things like that, which I mean, you know, that's great. You know, the more sustainable it is, the less problematic it is for the environment, stuff like that. It's fantastic. But here in this particular region, and maybe in other parts of Nigeria, it's not like that. If you go and get some bushmeat on the side of the road, you might be eating your own dog. So I tell my brothers and sisters of Nigeria, like, please be careful with bushmeat though. Like, unless you know where it comes from, avoid it, stop eating it. And there's a number of reasons for that. And the reason why I say you might be eating your own dog is because probably the most shocking thing that I've seen is, you know, driving down the road and seeing people selling bushmeat on the side of the road, and you'll see all kinds of dogs, right? Dead or alive. I've seen puppies in cages that they're taking out one by one in front of each other, processing right there with the fire, everything. I've seen the most recent one was a giant full-grown Rottweiler, right? A foreign watchdog. Maybe it just went missing one day, and there it was, this massive thing on the side of the road, stiff, charred, the whole body, and this man was with a tiny little charcoal stove trying to burn the hair off of the last part of its ear and holding this giant mastiff or whatever. It was a Rottweiler. That was someone's guard dog. You know what I mean? Like, that could have been your dog that went missing one day, and then you're like, you know, I'm hungry for bushmeat, and you eat it and you're eating your dog. So yeah, please stop eating bushmeat unless you know where it's coming from, please. Because at the very best, at the worst, it's your dog, right? Or your neighbor's dog. At the very best, you're probably eating some like super endangered, the last of its kind species of some beautiful striped multicolored pygmy deer that as of yet hasn't even been registered by biologists, never been photographed, and you're about to eat the last one. So yeah, that's a best case scenario. So yeah, if you can stay away from bushmeat that you don't know where the source is, like, might be a good idea. But yeah, that's the biggest shock for me. You've seen us wear the Uganda jersey. You're wondering, why are they wearing Uganda jersey? Aren't they in Nigeria? What is going on with Uganda? So when we left the US, we actually relocated to Uganda, and we lived there for 2 years. So we lived in Uganda for 2 years, up until coming here 5 months ago. And Uganda will always be a part of us in so many ways. We learned so much there. We made, friends there, lasting friendships and everything. So it's a big part of us, and a lot of what I know about agriculture I learned there, and I'm applying a lot of that here, incorporating a lot of Nigerian traditional practices along with it, kind of taking the best of both worlds, I guess you could say, and it's fantastic. And then also the culture, I mean, I think we already mentioned it, we came here with a bit more of the Ugandan, East African calmness. Even when we drive, we're a lot more calm. You give way, you're a lot more defensive driving, stuff like that, which is fantastic here. Everyone's like going around you, like, what's wrong with this person? They're not driving like a Nigerian. And it's great, it's really great. We're able to walk in places and we're able to bring down the volume by just walking in there and just talking calmly to people. And if they get louder, we get quieter, just like the Ugandans, and it helps diffuse a lot of situations. It helps people, not be so tense, because I feel like people in Nigeria, not for any particular reason, they're very tense, because they're always ready for a fight, I suppose. And it's everyone. So someone could be going to a supermarket and they're ready for a fight. The person who's working at the supermarket is ready for those customers to come in to fight. And so everyone's just ready. And so if you come in and they're like, what do you want? Why are you doing? And you're just like, I'm just looking for this. Are you able to help me with this? They're like, okay, yeah, sure. And then they're like, I really like this. I really like this is nice. So anyway, so the point is, Uganda's always going to be a part of us in a big way. Our children, they still sing Luganda language pop songs, and they still know different phrases and stuff. They learned quite a bit of Luganda to speak to their friends in the region where we were in Uganda. So it'll always be a part of us in a big way. And that's why we wore Ugandan jerseys. I had always wanted a Ugandan jersey, and 2 years living in Uganda, never bought one, but I saw them everywhere and I'm like, I want those. So we bought a ton for our families, friends, everything, and ourselves. So we still represent UG in a lot of ways. But yeah, Nigeria's home.
You want to know why we're located to East Africa, Uganda? You can see on our playlist.
Feel free to see our vlogs, especially the ones in Uganda, coming to Uganda, all that kind of stuff in our playlist called We Left America, because we did. So feel free to browse that playlist and check it out.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you in our next vlog, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Familia Pablanu. Until next time, we say Odabo.
Odabo, adios.